What's the crack, everybody? I listen to the Discus Lariat Collective podcast. I'm your host, Warren. Today we're going to run through a Raw review, and by we, I mean me. Doing on me lonesome today, but whatevs. Before we get into it, though, if you like the content we're putting out, give us a like, subscribe, comment on the video as well. Let us know what you thought of Raw last night. And then, wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Acast, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, give us a like on them too. So, we'll just get straight into it. So last night we had the fallout from Fastlane, I suppose you could say. The first match opened, to open the card, we had the first match, which was Sheamus against Bobby Lashley. Pretty solid match, not going to lie to you. Sheamus is being booked really well lately. He had a great match with Drew, obviously, the past few weeks as well. Every night on Raw, felt like. And then he had that No Holds Barred match, which was an absolute killer on Fastlane. And then he's coming out having a hell of a match then with Lashley as well. So fair balls. Some minimal interference as well, but whole business, nothing major. We kind of almost teased a bit of a split or a bit of defiance between the boys as well. So we'll see what happens there. But good match, solid match, hard hitting, physical, looked like an actual fight as well, which was pretty good. Lashley picked up the win when Cedric Alexander jumped in. Yeah, fucked it up for himself anyway. But so Lashley picks up the win as usual. But solid start. And then we had the whole business then hop on Sheamus afterwards. They were just like kicking the shit out of him for a bit, and Drew McIntyre made a save. So next match on the card was Peyton Royce against Asuka. Peyton Royce had a great promo on Raw Talk, I think it was last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. Solid promo, kind of basically saying, why am I being overlooked? Why is most of these women being overlooked in favor of like the likes of Charlotte and this, that, and the other? Great promo the other week. And then hell of a match then with Asuka. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. It started off kind of bumpy. It felt there was no real chemistry there, but as the match went on, Peyton looked great, to be honest. Once again, though, you're not going to really topple Asuka right now, especially the way she's been booked so badly leading up to this. And then now that Charlotte's gone out of the picture, it makes sense then to kind of focus a bit more on Asuka, obviously being the Raw Women's Champion as well. So she did well. Asuka picks up the victory. And then we had the debut of Rhea Ripley. This was great as well. She just came down, basically just challenged Asuka to a match at WrestleMania. Asuka accepted being the fighting champion she wants to be. And then, a lot of people, obviously, it's kind of split opinion a bit, because people were saying, oh, well, she just came out and asked for a title match at WrestleMania and got it. And yeah, she did. But at the same time, though, she has been proven in NXT. She was in the Royal Rumble as well last year as well, I think. So yeah, why not? Do you know what I mean? Something different. So following this match, then we had Miz and Morrison have like a Miz TV segment. Really cringe, really awkward. I don't like the Miz a lot of the time. A lot of people don't, but he is funny sometimes. But nah, the debuting a new song as well, Miz and Morrison, about Bad Bunny. So that's going to be, whatever. We also had then the Miz against Jeff Hardy, a fairly quick to the painless match. Miz picks up a quick victory just to prove, I can beat Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. And then Bad Bunny sneaks in from behind him, cracks him with a guitar, I think. Yeah, cracked him with a guitar. And then, sets up Miz and Bad Bunny now for WrestleMania. Mad, though. It seems to be a singles match. I wasn't expecting that. I was honestly expecting that tag team match that everyone was kind of alluding to. But no, yes, singles match. Miz, Bad Bunny, WrestleMania. Piss break. No, we don't know. Moving on from this, then we had the New Day, Omos and AJ Styles have a pretty funny kind of back and forth promo business. There was a lot of kind of funny moments. Basically, New Day saying they're not really best friends, AJ and Omos, and you shouldn't be teaming with AJ, stuff like that. It was pretty funny though. But Omos really actually shone in this as well. He didn't say much, but it was like, oh, what's his favorite color? Oh, his favorite color is this. No, it's not actually. It was pretty good though. Yeah, following on from that pretty funny promo. Anyway, we had Kofi Kingston against AJ Styles. It was pretty good actually. I think it was like probably longest match, if not second longest match on the card, and it was really good. Both guys great workers anyway. We had like a tease with Omos and Omos, would you call him that? Omos, whatever. Had a tease with him and Xavier Woods about to get into it on the outside. Didn't really happen though. And then Kofi Kingston picked up the win then, because AJ got distracted by Xavier Woods blowing that trombone. Blowing the trombone. Cool match up. There was also a segment with Sheamus. I can't remember whereabouts in the card it was. Sheamus was kind of, had a little bit of a promo with Kev Egan, the new backstage announcer. And what's his name? Matt Riddle interrupted him on the scooter. Sheamus picked up the scooter, cracks Matt Riddle in the head with it. If these two end up going at it at WrestleMania, I wouldn't really mind. Whether Sheamus wins or loses, it doesn't really bother me. He's been booked really well lately. So, yeah, I suppose it's something to do for Matt Riddle as well. So, we also had Drew McIntyre against Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, 2-1 handicap match. If Drew McIntyre was to win, he was going to basically, the other two boys were banned from ringside. That's what it was at WrestleMania. So, yeah, really solid match as well. That added stipulation, I suppose, was pretty good. It made it felt like it meant something. And it was actually really solid. There was no real bad match, though. No, there was a bad match on Raw, but there was no real, even this kind of match, it was just randomly like, right, yeah, Grant, just have it. He just asked Adam Pearce in the back, and yeah, it actually worked really well. I really liked Drew against Drew against Alexander and Benjamin. It's actually pretty good. Drew obviously wins, and then them boys are banned from ringside now at WrestleMania. So I'm wondering now, will MVP get involved or what's going to happen there? But yeah, pretty good. Now into the bad match, I suppose. So we had Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke against the tag team champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. This match felt like it didn't even need to happen. We had Naomi and Lana on commentary. Again, they did nothing. They literally did absolutely nothing on commentary. Reginald just kept strolling into the ring during the match and just randomly doing flips. Like, fair balls to him, he's a decent acrobat, but it was just so strange. I didn't like it at all. The match itself, flat. That's all I'll say about it. Pretty bad. You can skip that completely. Yeah, I suppose it didn't necessarily go from bad to worse now with this next match, but again, another match that didn't need to happen. We had Elias in the ring with Jackson Riker and Shane McMahon. They did a musical number, which was, just as bad as you can imagine. So that was shy. Then we had a rematch between Elias and Braun Strowman. This again, nothing against the boys. It's just an extended squash. I don't care for it. Like, nobody really cares for it. And also the biggest, I don't even know what you'd call it, the biggest part, like biggest ridiculous, I don't even know. I actually don't even have the words to describe this. They piped in train noises from when Braun Strowman does his little run around the ring, charge at people. So that's just outrageous. Like, but yeah, that happened. Braun ends up winning, but just fucking ridiculous. And then to close out the show, we had Randy Orton summoning the Fiend. This was a bit strange. I think everyone knew what it was kind of going to be like. It was just going to be him calling them out or something, and that's exactly what happened. We had the Fiend in the ring. We had Randy Orton in the ring. He had like an oil can with him. He started like dousing the oil around the Fiend. Then he noticed, oh, this chap isn't even moving. Do you know what? Bang. Start fucking the gasoline all over him. And then eventually the Fiend kind of went to move, gets hit with an RKO. Then Alexa tried to jump into the ring. And then Randy was distracted, turns around, gets Sister Abigail. And then they just kind of pointed at the WrestleMania sign. Well, Alexa Bliss did. I'm sick of pointing at the WrestleMania sign. Please just leave it. Leave it for our Royal Rumbles. Just leave it at that. Let it die. But hits Randy with the mandible claw first. Then hits him with the Sister Abigail. But pretty much a nothing segment. I suppose they're just kind of trying to keep him on the TV now, I suppose, the Fiend. But I don't really know. I know obviously it's happening at WrestleMania now, but I don't know how they're going to keep that kind of going for the next 2-3 weeks in terms of keeping it interesting. But we'll see, I suppose. But anyway, that was a quick Raw recap. There's no point in really going in depth on, oh, this is what happened here, this is what happened here. You can see it for yourself on the highlights of this, that, and the other. It was a decent episode of Raw, though. You actually enjoyed it. It was very watchable. Flew in last night as well, which is pretty good, because usually Raw can be a slog, 3 hours. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to me that that's still 3 hours, and then you have the likes of a fast lane or a pay-per-view that are shorter and they're way easier to watch. But Raw was decent last night. They kind of start, like, what would you say, hammering down matches now for WrestleMania, which it's pretty good because there's a lot of speculation and then people are panicking about WrestleMania. So yeah, overall it wasn't too bad. But so that was the Raw recap, Raw review, whatever you want to call it. If you enjoyed it or you want to drop a comment, let us know what you thought about Raw. Fire away in the comment section below. Hit us up on Twitter, the Discus Lariat, and then Instagram, Discus Lariat Collective. Shoot me a message, and then like, subscribe, and then wherever you get your podcast, hit us with a follow on that as well. So until next time, see you soon.